So,
Yo, good morning, one and all. Welcome to a Thursday edition of the Apex Brotherhood Live. I'm Richard, that is Will, and we're going to be your hosts for this London session. Guys, let's have a very quick disclaimer, and then after that, we'll get straight into the markets. There we go. Mr. William Davis. How are you
how
today,
are
mate?
we doing, guys? I'm good, man. I'm good. I slept like absolute garbage, but I'm still good. Do you know why I'm good? Because I'm here live on the Apex Brotherhood with all my brothers. So, guys, how are we doing? Doesn't matter how bad things are. Doesn't matter how bad you've slept. Doesn't matter what is going on. As long as you wake up every single morning, be grateful for it, and you stick with the brothers every single morning. You cannot get a better morning than that. So I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling gravy, and it's ready to hit the markets.
Dude,
What about you?
awesome to hear. Awesome to hear. I see
about you,
our
man?
announcements at least is working.
Yeah, true that. I saw that just now. I was like, happy days.
A bit late though. It's 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
True that. I mean, like at least it warns people that we're in.
And
we're live.
I think it got the wrong one as well.
Oh no way! Was it signed?
It posted tomorrow's one
God.
now.
Oh man,
Nah, mate.
what can you do?
Yeah,
I mean,
what
at
can
least
you
it
do
takes
sometimes?
At least it takes them to the channel. At least. We'll re-sign in.
Okay, there goes my coffee. Done for today.
Oh my god, man!
After that, we've got the water.
Javata.
Which reminds me I need to fill the bottle. But I'll do that later.
Lumi.
I'm done trading for today, mate. I'm done. I've already got my 2 wins for today. I'm done.
Fair, fair, mate. Happy
So
days.
I'll just bring up my screen just very quickly. Add it to the stage. So this is pound, this is euro. Let's start with the pound. So obviously yesterday this was that massive nice news event of last night. Jerome Powell and telling us that we're having a 25 base point deduction, blah 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 blah, reduction, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, wasn't busy here, or I was busy doing squats in front of the Brotherhood, so yeah, wasn't bothered by this stuff. So this morning today I just marked up a little support zone down here, potential area where if price were to come back to test, we could have a reaction here, because this was the last point where price went to yesterday. So the news pushed it down to here, it didn't have follow through, and it started pushing back. So this is my very last line of defense, as Will likes calling it. Then as New York came to an end, we had this last little section here where price made a little bit of a base, pushed higher, wicked into it, consolidated, wicked into it, and then started pushing off. So I kind of like this area as a bit of a support as well. So with that in mind, I waited for price to come back to a 15-minute base area up over here of yesterday. Just missed it. Just missed it. But it did look good to continue going lower. So I just decided, okay, I'm going to wait for price to consolidate a little bit. Had a little bit of consolidation in this area on the 5-minute, and then we started breaking lower. Came back up towards my 20 EMA, and lo and behold, it was a drop base and then a confirmation on the drop. As this one closed, I decided I will get in. Got in 1 to 2, closed. So Beautiful little GU trade. It came back into the consolidation yet again and then started moving lower, and now it seems as though we're getting this nice little volumetric candle to come and test the bottom of the Tokyo low, which is also the support of mine. If we go over to EU, I had the same idea. Only difference was on this one, the 15-minute base was tested. Right over here, wicked into it. No follow through whatsoever. Didn't push higher. And then it slowly started dwindling a little bit lower. Then I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to just wait for price action to start showing me a drop-based drop, which we got over here. No more new highs. It's technically making lower highs every time it's attempting to push higher, and it's technically making lower lows every time it pushes a little bit lower. I had this area down here as a bit of a test area. It was a very low probability in my mind because we didn't have like the strongest of reactions out of it like we had here. It did push through it, and then it steadily started pushing up. So I decided, okay, if I'm going to take this trade, I'm not going to have my take profit be at a 1 to 3. It is a 1 to 2, and it hit it exactly. And then I did take a little bit of heat on this one here, but I am happy with the result. So yeah, I am done. 2 trades, best of 3. Finito.
Awesome stuff. Nice, man.
Done.
Happy days. Good on you. That's also, like, imagine being finished for the day. Like, you come into work at 7 a.m. You leave work an hour later at 8 a.m., sorry. Literally an hour. You work for an hour and you make a monthly salary. Let's say you were risking 2%. Do you say that those were both 3-hour trades?
Well, they're 2-hour trades. So it's
2-hour trades. Yes.
If it was the 1% risk, it would have been 4%.
You imagine you walk away after an hour of work with $4,000. You're done for the month, let alone the day.
Pretty
You're
much,
done
yeah.
for the month. You're like, yeah, sweet. I'm done now. Happy days.
Done my part. Over.
Yeah, you could literally be done for the entire month. You know, $4,000. Like the average wage in the UK, I'm pretty sure, is about $2K. You imagine taking $4K a month just from one trading day, 2 trades, 1 trading day. You know, happy days. You know, that's what it's about, guys. It's less is more in trading. I mean, that brings us on to our topic, the dopamine trap in trading, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. We're going to do a bit of an analysis, some degen work, and then about 9 o'clock, we'll move into the topic of conversation. So, guys, stick around until 9 a.m. this morning, where we'll move into the topic of the dopamine trap in trading. But yeah, dude, well done on those trades. That's awesome, man.
I did not expect you to do the applause. I literally just had like a little jump fright. Just like, wait, what the hell, mate? Thank you for that. No, I appreciate the well wishes on the trade, mate. It is one of those things where it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you take a trade and it just, I don't know, like you've read the market completely wrong and it just doesn't do what you want it to do. Mm-hmm. It happens. As it stands right now, I'm pretty happy with the result. It wasn't the best of results yesterday, and I did feel yesterday with that with the GU trade that I cut short, and then the EU trade that I took that didn't go my way. I felt a little bit annoyed by that, but I spoke to you about this yesterday. Just a little bit of annoyance, just didn't quite follow my plan. I entered when I was supposed to, but then I kind of like cut the trade halfway through, where that's not my style. So this morning I just decided, you know what, screw it. If you're gonna do it, just stick to the whole plan instead of a portion of the plan.
If you're gonna do it right, do it to me.
Yeah. Just done and dusted. So yeah, I'm happy for that. I'm gonna do other stuff today. Let's just say, like with yesterday's squats and whatnot for the Brotherhood. I've done some stretches this morning as well for my shoulder and all of that stuff. I'm gonna take a me day. Let's put it like that. After the trading's done, it's a me day.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Yeah. Also, guys, Rich, obviously he injured his shoulder, so he couldn't do the push-ups. However, Rich did absolutely smash out 100 squats live on stream, or live on the premium Discord. So big congratulations. Don't worry, I won't scare the shit out of you with a clapping emoji, clapping applause again. But yeah, big congratulations to Rich on smashing out those 100 squats with 50 cal. Yeah, that was cool, man. I was glad I wasn't there to watch that. I would have loved to have seen it.
Dude, Callum is a legend, mate. Like, he rocked up and he was like, dude, I'm gonna do it with you. Let's just do it. There we go. And he did it with a baby in his hand. Like, he had like extra weight. And dude, he was tired afterwards, but like, he started and he didn't stop. He did his 100, no issue. I already told you this morning that I did 30, then I stopped, then I did another 30, then I stopped, then I did it in increments of 10 or 20, and I was just like, oh, mate, I can't. My legs are jelly. And he did as if it was nothing. So yeah, unbelievable. Couldn't believe it. Such a groovy dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's now finished. I think today's his last day of squats, or was it yesterday was his last day of squats?
I think it was either yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday, Wednesday. Yeah, because it was Thursday till. So he's done now.
It's either today or it's either yesterday or today is his last 100 squats for the week. So yeah, fair play. He's done 700 squats in total. We punished him a week ago today for breaking his rules, and he stuck to it. He hasn't traded. He hasn't been in the market. He's actually stayed completely away, and he's dropped into the Discord every now and then just to say, hey, guys, how's it going? He's probably jumped into the Discord just to see if anyone else is in trades, just so he can watch something instead of watching the markets himself. But, dude, like, fair play. He's stuck to it. He's been disciplined, and he has smashed out 700 squats. So fair play to the fellow. Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. So Cal, again, big well done to you, mate. And Richard, again, fulfilled his punishment yesterday and smashed out 100 squats. He didn't have to do 700. He didn't have to do 7 days of squats. It was only a small rule break compared to Cal's. However, rules are rules. He broke the rules. He got punished for it, and he was a champion about it. So
dude,
well done,
I am very thankful that I did not get 700. I would not have been able to do it. I can tell you now, the way that my legs feel today, nope.
But that's what I mean. So, like, it encourages you not to break your rules, because if you break your rules again, then the punishments are only going to get harder because you clearly didn't learn from last time.
That is true.
Let's have a bit of a catch up with chat, people. We got MGN. What's good, man? Good morning, MGN. Dave Rankins coming out saying good morning, all. Good morning, Dave. Alex Butler, how are you doing? Hi. Hello there. We got MGN. Mine was perfectly on time with the announcements. It was, to be fair, it was bang on 8 o'clock, but it was it's 24 hours too early. Pooley, good morning all. Morning, Pooley. How you doing? Great work, Rich. Yeah, absolutely, man. Well done, Rich.
Thanks for being there, Pooley, to give me some like encouragement. You, Evan, Alex was there, MGN was there, so and Callum was there as well.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So Alex Butler saying #proud wifey. That's awesome. Love that support, man. Love a good proud wife.
My biggest cheerleader.
Good, man. That's what I like to hear. I thought I was your biggest cheerleader. That's where you made me dress up and all now.
No, but those were private videos and nobody's supposed to know about them.
Oh, but you just said she was your cheerleader. I thought I was your cheerleader.
She's my biggest cheerleader in public. You're my biggest.
Oh, okay. Yes. That's fine. Sorry. Yeah. Infinity, good morning. How you doing, Infinity? Take Alex Butler out for lunch, bro.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be doing something.
Good man. That sounds lovely. Yeah.
Actually, let's do that. Let's go for lunch today.
Oh, look at that, making plans on stream.
Yeah, let's
do get in chat. you want to go for lunch? Oh man. Hey fellas, what's good, Annie? Annie, are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been struck by Smooth Brotherhood.
Well, you said smooth criminal, and I said smooth Anirudh.
No, I said Smooth Brotherhood.
Oh no, dude, yours is better.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, yours is way better.
Yeah, I know. Will just woke up. I can tell. Yeah, no, I haven't. I've actually been wide awake. So I went to sleep about 3 a.m. So I think I got like bags under my eyes, and my face is a bit red and hot to touch just because I haven't slept well at all. I've been wide awake since about 7:15 this morning, and just staring at a wall, like literally just staring at the ceiling. So I'm really tired, man. Yeah, I'm really tired, but that's not going to stop me. That's not going to stop the vibes. It's not going to stop the mood. I haven't just woken up. I wish I had, man. If I'd just woken up, it would have meant that I'd slept like a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, dude, I would have loved to have just woken up, but nah, man, I'm super tired. I think that's why it is. Like my eyes are sore as well, like really, especially with my ring light just like glaring in my eyes. So,
me
but
eyes,
I'm
me
good.
fucking eyes, mate.
I'm not gonna sit
No,
here
mate.
But I am gonna sit here feeling sorry for myself. But I'm also gonna bring the vibes up. I'm not gonna sit here bringing everyone else.
Even if you're feeling down, mate, even if you haven't slept well, even if your foot is hurting from kicking a person in the face, you're still gonna rock up and you're still gonna bring the vibes. So kudos to you, mate.
Dude, 100%, man. I'm a man. It's my responsibility. I'm not allowed to feel shit and crap. I got to bring the mood up. I got responsibilities.
No. You are allowed to feel crap.
I got things to do.
You have the right to feel crap, but what you don't have is the right to show it. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I like that. That's better. Yeah, I have the right to feel crap, but I have
cry into your pillow like any other good man, but do it when you're home alone.
Cry on your own in a dark room.
Yes,
I'm joking, guys. I'm not that upset over not sleeping. Well, I've got
MGN saying, "Lol, no, that was Sam's. Haha, mine will be ready soon." Well, you can't then say, "Oh, mine was correct," and
mine was on time. Dude, we haven't had yours yet.
Yeah, provide evidence, bruh. Evan also coming in. Good morning, chat. Good morning, guys. Morning, Evan. How are you this morning, mate? I also saw you were early into the markets this morning. I hope your trades have also gone.
Dude, you were mate, you were straight in the markets today, Evan. Fair play, man. You were. Gary was slaying the dragon. Well, you should take a cold shower. Oh, mate, I'm freezing, Infinity. I don't know if I want to take a cold shower right now. I'm absolutely. I'm sitting here like I was freezing in bed last night. I was freezing when I woke up this morning. I was freezing when I got in the house last night because I went out and I was helping my family yesterday afternoon, just to spend some time away from the markets. I earned 0.5% yesterday, so I earned $500. So I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm done. Done for the day. Done for the afternoon. So I went up and just chilled with my family, saw them for a bit, went out and just helped them with little bits and bobs. I mowed the grass. But it was freezing yesterday, and I came in, and we got a log burner, and so instead of putting the heating on, we lit the fire. But then we had no logs. So the fire lasted all of like half an hour, if that. So, dude, like, I've not been able to warm up since yesterday afternoon. From like 4 p.m., no, about 4 or 5 p.m. onwards, I've not been able to warm up. So, Infinity, I'd love to take a cold shower, man. But maybe I'll just splash some cold water on my face. But I think if I took a cold shower right now, that would just be me done. I turn into a human ice cube. So yeah, but yeah. But I appreciate it, Infinity. Missed out on a UJ long at 152.2. Was waiting for my entry criteria, and then a sudden yen news took it all. Other than that, I'm okay. Oh, Annie, man, that's gutting. Yeah, that was good. Is that what you're looking at now? Is the USD yen, Rich?
Yeah. So all of these big candles here are news events, high impact news, like the Bank of Japan Let me just bring this up as well. Forex Factory. So, I have to. Okay, you won't be able to see it because I've only got the application shared at the moment. But we had the Bank of Japan policy rate, which came out, and then we had the Bank of Japan conference. So both of those. The first one here was the bank policy rate, so that's their interest rate, and then this was the Bank of Japan statement. So, and then this was obviously yesterday's New York news as well. So quite a little bit of US JPY movement. It is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, be careful. Be careful when trading high impact news currencies on the day where there's high impact on it. Just always be cognizant of the fact that some news might be way more volatile than expected. Way more. So
yeah, absolutely, man. Be super careful around news. I got Forex Factory up here for you guys as well. So 3:15 p.m. we had Bank of Japan outlook report, policy rate, and the monetary policy statement. Yeah, statement. I always get when I look at Forex Factory, especially if I'm not wearing glasses, sentiment looks like statement, and statement looks like sentiment. So I always trip over the two.
I mean, how different is the two words? I mean, semantics. It is a statement. They're making a statement of sorts.
True. 6:30. So this morning, we had Bank of Japan press conference. Today we've got Euro German prelim CPI all day. We've got we had the Spanish flash CPI at 8 a.m. when we went live. 9 a.m. we've got German prelim GDP quarter on quarter. That's medium impact for the euro. And then 1:15 we've got high impact news, red folder, main refinancing rate, monetary policy statement. For the euro, both of those high impact news. We got one more high impact red folder news at 1:45, which is the ECB press conference. That's it for the euro, and then we got JPY news out at 11:30 p.m. tonight. All this UK time, by the way.
Yeah, so EU is going to be the one that is most likely going to have the most unexpected, not necessarily unexpected, let's say have the most volatile movements today. Out of EU and EU.
Yeah, not only that, guys. If you're in the Discord, or if you're not in the Discord, link is in the description below. I don't know. What do you think? So in the premium group, we drop the news for the week ahead in the premium, and what we also do is not only do we drop a link, not only do we drop a screenshot of the news for the entire week ahead. 10 minutes before every high and medium impact news event, we'll be pinging a message directly to your phone just before the news. We'll be pinging a message in the news section of the premium Discord. But I was thinking, do we want to do... So we'll ping you on the premium group, but we'll just put the weekly outlook in the free group? I'm not sure. We'll see.
I think we can do the weekly outlook on the free group as well. It's good for everybody. Yeah. And then the thing is just kind of like
not that much effort. The only reason the premium group it's paid for is because the amount of effort it takes for everyone who's in the back end to run it successfully. You know, the amount of time that it takes, the amount of effort, the amount of resources. So that's the only reason that it's not free. But I mean,
you can have it as a convenience thing, basically. So,
yeah, exactly. So like, you're getting pinged and reminded 10 minutes before each high and medium impact news event.
Yeah,
I mean that alone is an absolute godsend to a lot of traders. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have a word with my co-founder Ewan and see what he thinks.
Oh, my legs.
4 trades open. 2 are U, 2 are... sorry, 2 are up, 2 are down, but not by much. Top trades just over $200. Awesome stuff, man. Well done.
Good job, mate.
In the Wilds Trades, good morning all. Good morning in the Wilds. How you doing, mate? Good to see you in. Infinity, can gold go above 430? 40-30.
Interesting thing. You remember yesterday we were talking about gold, and you took a trade somewhere up over here to try and take a little bit of long. You closed it because you were not seeing the reaction that you wanted, but you still took a little bit of profit.
Oh.
So this was yesterday's session for gold, and myself and Anastasia were at odds with Will and LJ, because LJ and Will were like, no, they believe that it's going to go up from this point. Myself and Anastasia thought that there might be a bit more of a pullback before we start heading up higher. And this was obviously not like talking about the news that was going to come out. We were like, it's going to pull back without news, basically. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. So it from this consolidation area pulled back.
It didn't pull back, it dropped.
Well, I mean, this was news. This was the news. I thought
it
was going to pull back to this base area, and it did exactly that.
True that. Facts.
Just zoom in a little bit. So this was the box that I drew yesterday during the Fiverr stream. This was the 15-minute base. That was still my trade. I haven't even removed it because I stopped looking at the charts after the stream, after the Fiverr stream as well. So I didn't reset anything. Came back to my 15-minute base, reacted off of it, was like a little bit slowed, and then news, and then it just plummeted. But the thing is, it plummeted all the way to this support zone that I had down here, where we had that one reaction from off here. And then it pushed back into it, and now it's reacted back off of it. Now it's gone back into this little support resistance line that I have here, this pink one, which was one that I drew yesterday with the breakout of the Tokyo session, which I used for my initial trade. Came back into it right here, and now it's reacting off of it slowly. So now we're getting that little bit of indecision, which like it doesn't quite know which way it wants to go just yet. So if I just go up to the 4-hourly, let's do this. Bearish structure, a little bit of consolidation here, continued with the bearish structure, reached the bottom, tried pushing up again, thought maybe we could potentially start moving bullish. The news just pushed it lower, but it didn't make a new low on the 4-hourly. So right now, gold to me is a bit in a strange place, because on the 4-hourly, we're not making a new low, but we're also not making a new high. So we're just kind of like stuck in a range. Yeah. If I go over to the hourly, you can see it a little bit more clearly. So this is beautiful structure. It just comes down, retraces a little bit, continues lower, consolidates, breaks out, attempts to come back to it. But then down here, there's no more new lows. And this technically is a new high in relation to the previous lower high. It is a higher high in relation to that one. So there is a potential for us to start pushing up, especially since we had effectively a triple low here on this. So 1, 2, 3, this little support zone of mine.
This little support zone of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
we can come and test this hourly bearish base, but first we need to come and test this consolidation of yesterday afternoon. So that is from 4013 to 4029. That's my first area that needs to be tested. Obviously, where we are now, it needs to break and close above. So it needs to break, close above, retest, and then attempt to go higher. Something like that, if we are to turn bullish. As it stands right now, no structure breaks for me on the hourly or on the 4-hourly at this point in time. So I'm just going to be patient with it. I haven't taken a trade on gold today. Not yet, because it's not quite there yet.
Yeah, I don't think gold's ready. It needs to break out. It needs to break out with that range to the high side.
Yeah, it's really not ready yet. And you see also why I like pulling the bases of mine through. Like even if it was disrespected like here, sometimes what happens is it still has a reaction later on a different day as an example. So can we see 430? We can. I think we can because we've had slowed momentum and we've touched it once before, and it is a bearish base for me. So it is an area where price can come to. Will we see it today? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. At least maybe not today, because how much do we need to gain from where it is currently just to reach that 430 point? We need to get $57. I mean, we get $57 often movements in gold. So, but we need a break, definitely. I agree. We need a break of some sort, either this line and then come and test this top section, or it needs to break lower here and then move lower.
Yeah.
What do you feel? What is your view on gold EU today?
Fully agree. Well, I was just looking at EU just now. So EU looks a little bit nicer. You know, we're channeling to the downside. I kind of want to see this drop now. Breaking close below. GU, I thought about selling if we closed here. But then we didn't close. We had 2 wick rejections. And I thought, let's just invalidate that entire idea. So, with that, I don't know, it's just slow. Nothing seems to be ready.
Gold not yet rich. Thought you were done for the day, or did I hear you wrong? No, I am done for today. I meant not yet. If somebody else wanted to trade it, like maybe, I don't know, somebody that trades.
Yeah, charting up the analysis.
Yeah, just charting it up. It's like, for me, not yet. It's like if I followed my strategy on gold, it would not be a trade just yet. But no, I'm not intending on taking any more trades today. Just my legs can't take it.
Yeah, I think this could potentially sell up from here. Buy up from here because. But why?
What is this? GU,
yeah. But why? Because like I'm looking.
Why would it?
No, why here?
Oh, you're talking a hypothetical with yourself. Like, why would
it?
Yes,
yeah. I'm asking myself, not a rhetorical question, but a question that I'm yet.
It's a self question.
Yeah. Because on the 15th,
Callum, how the hell did you do this, mate?
You got that lactic acid buildup still.
Stiff, mate. My legs, they're like jelly going up and down the stairs, mate. Jelly. Should
have thought of that before you break your rules, mate.
Let's not throw stones here, mate. Like,
we're
still debating whether or not we should give you a punishment for not being there last night. We're still debating, so I would chill out.
Dude, I had reasons, man. I was gutted, man. I would have loved to have been there. But I had pen to paper and like I wouldn't have been there even if I was there, if that makes sense, you know.
Mate, I was only joking. We're not going to punish you, obviously.
I would have.
No, you work hard enough already. You don't need to add more.
That's what I mean. Like you see it. Like a lot of the guys in the team see how hard I work in the background. But a lot of you guys who watch the streams, a lot of you guys who just see me as just on a tile on a screen, you know. The work that goes in the back end of, you know, I'm not on about the finance side of things. I'm not on about, you know, how much it just costs to run a business. I'm not on about any of that. Just pure stress and organization of trying to organize everything. And, you know, yeah, we're still in the early days of all this. So it's just so much mental focus and all that garbage. And sometimes, you know, when personal stuff, and this is what I mean, guys, and this is why I practice what I preach. I don't just preach. It's not do as I say, not as I do. It's do as I say and let me show you how to. You know, so like guys, I'm on a demo account today just because I got stuff going on outside of trading that is taking up a lot of mental capacity at the moment. So I've taken a step back, and because I'm on a live funded account, I don't want to, and I've been really grafting on that. So I don't want to, you know, put any of that at jeopardy. I don't want to put any of that that hard-earned risk to reward, hard-earned risk management at risk. So I'm jumping on a demo account today. That's what I'm going to be trading. So just to, you know, show you guys that I'm human as well. You know, so guys, look, you know, sometimes stuff will happen outside of trading, which, and this is what I mean. So when we talk about mentality and you're like, oh, you know, how can things outside of trading affect your trading? Guys, like my brain is split into different sections right now. I've got stuff going on. I got business stuff. I got trading. I got streaming. So like my brain is constantly switched on multitasking. That's the last thing you need as a trader, when your brain's always multitasking on different things anyway, like different assets, different strategies, trying to remind yourself on risk management and just different things. So when you've had an added stress to the situation, you know, you don't want that. It's going to affect you. And this is what I mean. So today I'm emotionally compromised. So therefore I'm taking a step back. I'm like, right, okay, I've journaled it. What's going on in my life? This, why is that happening? That, what's going on? How can I deal with it? How am I going to move forward with it? And how is that going to affect my trading? Well, it could negatively affect my trading because I may not take the best decisions due to, let's call it, emotional brain fog. And so what I'm going to do instead, guys, is I'm going to come to the market with a demo account. I'm still going to trade my true strategy. I'm still going to do all the good risk management. I'm still going to be the best trader possible. And at the end of the day, I'll look at myself, and if I lost, and it's an overall losing day, I'll say, wow, good job you didn't trade well. Well done, man. However, don't worry about it. They were still good trades. They were just one of those things. They were losing trades. If I win, I'll be like, well done, Will. Even though that was a win, you know, even though you traded well, you deserve that. Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back for having the risk management, even though it was a win. No regret. So it's all about being self-aware, guys. You know, it's all about having that acknowledgement. So just thought I'd show a little bit of accountability for you guys today. Yeah, you don't see what goes on in the background of the stream. Rich works incredibly hard on the background of the stream, working on the thumbnails, the names, the titles, organizing everything, going live. You know, Rich is the host of this of the stream, and he does a fantastic job of it as well. So you know, there's more to streaming and trading simultaneously than just clicking a button saying go live and saying, hey guys, I'm live. So yeah,
that is true. That is true. But I still don't work a fraction as hard as you do, mate.
Yeah, I'm starting to question if anyone does. Yeah, life balance is hard.
Higher time frame confluence. On which pair, Dave, are you looking for gold higher time frame confluence, or are you on one of the currencies? Which one would you like to see a higher time frame confluence? And then while we're waiting for that one, Pepperoni just asked, what do you guys do for focus and patience? Do you guys meditate or mindful exercises? But that's obviously not just Will and Rich, but the other traders as well.
That's a great question. I like that. Focus and patience. Focus is a hard one. I'm a very distracted person. I go and I digress a lot. I get distracted a lot, and I don't focus for as long as I probably should. It sometimes takes me longer to do certain tasks. So, especially like storytelling. Maybe when it comes to focus, small digestible chunks of information, small digestible chunks of work. That's what I'd probably recommend the most for people who are in that sort of situation, trying to practice focus. You know, don't you know, like what do you say, Rich? How do you eat an elephant? One step at a time. Same goes for when you're workloading. You know, how do you complete big tasks. Just do small steps at a time, small chunks at a time, 15 minutes at a time, 20 minutes at a time, and eventually start building it up. And then the minute you start getting like bored, step away, especially when you're learning trading or back testing and doing something boring, so your brain doesn't find it too mundane and too boring and wants to quit. The minute you start getting bored, go away, distract yourself. It doesn't have to be an hour. Go distract yourself for 2 to 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes max. Go make yourself a coffee. Don't doom scroll. Don't go on social media, but go do something completely different. Go make a coffee. Go get a water. Go let your dog out to the bathroom or something. I don't know, and then come back to it. You know, it's just, it's just give yourself a change of scenery, then come back to things. That it should reset and refresh your brain. You know, I think the brain's only okay with social media now. Our brain rot is real. However, I think the brain stimulates for, I think it's like 45 minutes a time. So, dude, give yourself 45 minutes on, 10, 15 minutes off. 45 minutes on, 10, 15 minutes off. Do maybe 3 sets of it. That's what I'd be doing for focus. Rich, what about patience? What do you think on patience?
Patience is something that I think comes with time. It's the idea that...
Ironic.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm a firm believer in like attempting to at least try and be patient. Like if something is really testing your patience today, there's one of 2 routes you can go. You can give into frustration. You can give into the idea that, oh, this thing is so annoying and I just want to react to it. Or you have an opportunity to say, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let this thing just be. And that's the only, what's that saying? The only time you can be courageous is if you have fear. So the only time there's courage is if there's fear. So you need this thing to be in place.
It's like yin and yang. It's the yin and yang effect, you know?
Yeah, something needs to be in place in order for you
to show counteractive of that particular emotion.
You can only be courageous when you're fearful. You can only be patient when you have annoyances or impatience.
Yeah,
like
100%. They say in Christianity, if you ask God for strength, He shan't give you strength, but He shall give you an opportunity to prove yourself strong. You know, so, and that's really relevant to this. Is don't ever think that you can just be patient. Understand that to become patient, you must first be impatient. And you must practice and force yourself through impatient times to become patient, to truly then become patient. It's a really toxic world out there. it's a really toxic situation. But
that you're impatient right now, you first need to acknowledge that maybe I don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Today, my fuse is a little bit short. You know, I'm a little bit too quick to trigger that kind of like thing. You need to recognize that.
You know, like success or healing comes through acknowledgement. You know, and you know, learning patience is a form of healing. It's a matter of, I'm actually going to take a buy here, guys.
On GU.
Yes. It's just a matter of patience, guys. You know, it's just a matter of healing. You know, patience is a process of healing, and the first step of healing is you've got to acknowledge that you are not sick, but you've got stuff to be better with. Oh, volumes has just come up. There we go. So guys, when it comes to your healing process, when it comes to trying to practice patience, first you've got to acknowledge that maybe you're not the most patient person in the world. Once you've acknowledged that, then go through the fact that it's okay, what can I now do? Okay, I'm finding myself being impatient here. I'm finding annoyances here. Okay, I need to be patient. What can I do to be patient? Well, what's my plan? Say, wait for a break and close. Am I waiting for a break and close? No, I want to enter now. Okay, well, do not enter now until you get a break and close. Like, completely sit in your hands. Maybe put the terminal down, put an alert above where you want to see a break. And then once you see that alert go off, come back to the markets and wait for it to close above. You know, force yourself to be that patient person. And in time, that patience becomes habitual and it becomes a habit. And you become a patient person through force. it's like bravery. You cannot be brave unless you can acknowledge you're afraid. You know, you cannot be strong unless you first acknowledge that you are weak, and you must do something to become strong. You know, you cannot be. There's so many different. You cannot be a hero unless you first acknowledge you are not yet a hero, and there's something of heroism coming your way. You know, you've got to understand that to be something better is to acknowledge something worse. You know, to be happy, you must acknowledge first that there is the ability to become sad. You know, maybe you are sad currently and you want to be happy. First things first, acknowledge that your emotion right now is the wrong emotion. You are sad right now. How can you become happy? What can you do going forward to become a happier person, you know?
So in terms of things that you can do to help with patience, I think it's work that you do outside of the market. As an example, it's everyday things that you. If you're generally an impatient person, then it's going to be reflected in the market. Like, let's say you go for a drive in your car and there's a bit of traffic. Now, instead of being angry and cursing at everybody and throwing like slurs and like stuff like that at, you know, the people also just stuck in this exact same situation, just take that moment to say, you know what, I'm going to take a different approach. I'm instead of allowing my reaction to take over, I'm going to just think about it for a second before I react. And that's where the idea of patience starts. It's just that take a second before you do a thing and make a decision based on that little time that you have. That 1 second is going to become 5 seconds. 5 is going to become 15. 15 is going to become a minute. And before long, if you carry on trying to be a patient person, you will realize that you're starting to slowly become a patient person. So
small steps, you know, take
like
eating an elephant, one bite at a time.
In the market is from outside of trading patience practices. Like, if normally I have a bit of road rage sometimes, like I get annoyed when people are driving like idiots. My wife has told me, dude, just relax a little bit. Just, you don't have to react. Just let them be. Don't allow one moment in the day to screw up your whole day. Yeah. And it's just 100%. Like, okay, I'll try that. And since then, I think I've reduced my road rage, outbursts significantly. You know,
yeah, dude, I'm the exact same.
Just like, look at this idiot, and then that's it. Done.
Literally that, man. I'm really bad for road rage. Like, I would beep and honk and swear and curse and gesture with all sorts of different fingers on my hand, and like I'd be borderline. I'd be like a dog with a window. I'd be hanging out the window, like shouting at you. You know, I used to be really bad, man. And then I realized the anxiety I was giving myself. I realized the stress I was giving myself, how worked up I got. I started thinking to myself, what am I doing to myself? Like, this person really doesn't give he doesn't give two damns what I'm saying to him right now. You know, he's just, he's there potentially driving like a lunatic, not caring. You know, he's just all over the road, you know. Oh, you nearly crashed into me. Next minute I'll be swearing about that for the next hour. Well, he doesn't even care or notice that he nearly crashed into me, so his life is fine.
He won.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, why would you
like you to make the reaction? He won.
Yeah, he's the one that's done the negative thing, and you're the one being punished for it.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. Yeah.
You know, so same goes with trading. Same goes with life. You know, if there's something out of your control, and my brother was talking to me about this last night. My brother can be a very immature person sometimes, but at the same time, he can be a very mature person. And that's the luxury. That's why he's the co-founder of the company, is because when I'm not peak form, he takes the reins, you know. And last night he took the reins and he helped me a lot. He said, look, Will, when there's something outside of your control, it's outside of your control. There's nothing you can do about it. The best thing you can do is take a moment, acknowledge how you feel, take a breath, relax, like breathe through it, and then just think, okay, look, today is today, and how I feel, or what happens today is controlled on how I feel. You know, and almost like manifestation. You manifest how you're gonna feel. I could have woke up this morning and come up late to stream because I didn't sleep, been moody, been an absolute arse to everyone, and just blame the universe and say, why me? You know, what's going on? Why is this doing this? What's going on? Like, I'm stressed, and I'm gonna show everyone that I'm stressed. Instead, it's the ability to say, you know what? The world is going to take shape through the eyes of the mood I am in. So if I refuse to let this bother me, even though it's going to bother me internally, even though it's going to be there niggling away in the background, the world is going to be a more positive place going in, and it's going to dilute that negativity inside me. So that's how you can best try and form that. And especially with trading, come to the markets, when you're looking at it like, oh my god, I'm in a loss at the moment, just think, okay, yeah, I'm in a loss at the moment. I'm $500 down, I'm $1,000 down. Cool, big whoop. You know, the sun is shining, you're breathing, you're alive, you got loved ones, you know, you got people who care about you, you care about people. You know, there's more to life than trading, there's more to life than money. So when that's being said, you realize that trading's going to be here tomorrow, trading's going to be here next year, money's going to be here in 10 years time. Who cares? Don't think about it. It is what it is. You know, be grateful for the situations that you got now, and you'll be a happier person for it.
Dave was referring to that yellow box, the question that you asked yourself earlier about the higher time frame. That's what he was referring to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Higher time frame, mate. 100%. Yeah. I'm on the 15 now. You've got this consolidation here on the 15, 3-wick rejection, up on the 30-minute as well. We got rejections here. I thought we were going to push lower though. I thought we were going to try and fill this imbalance here. Hourly, I mean, it wicked under this internal structure. So I've taken the trade with a 20 lot trade. I should have put 5 lot, not 20 lot, 10 lot. Let me just rewind. I've taken a trade with a 10 lot. It should have been a 5, but I've doubled the risk. It's a demo account. Let's have a bit of fun. Like, come on, let's make myself feel a little bit better, Taylor. Let's have a bit of fun. It's a demo account. The analysis is still correct. I'm still going to journal it. However, had this have been my main account, it probably would have been like 2 lots or what? Yeah, like 1 or 2 lots. I'm $470 up right now. Probably going to target this high here. Like, this is my discretionary TP, but I'd like to take this high up here.
Infinity asking, how can traders differentiate between real discipline and just chasing dopamine from constant screen watching? It's an interesting question, and it's generally this. Discipline...
I'm gonna let you answer that. I'm going to take a breath.
Discipline comes into play when you're doing something that you know you're not supposed to be doing, but you do it in any way. That's where you have loss of discipline. You know that you're supposed to be doing something different. If you're chasing dopamine, that's the opposite of discipline. Discipline is realizing that this is not the right reaction now, and then choosing to not do it in any way. So if I'm, like, for argument's sake, Will mentions doom scrolling through, let's say, TikTok or whatever. You know right now you should be going to bed. You should be putting your screen down. You should be reading a book, as an example. But you're chasing that dopamine. You're doom scrolling because it's entertaining. Your brain is asking for entertainment, that kind of like thing. To practice discipline would to say to yourself, this is not the right thing right now, and then actually go ahead and do it. That's the difference. That's the difference between you chasing dopamine and you practicing real discipline. The thing is, why is doom scrolling so difficult? Because you're getting dopamine hits. It's so difficult to break that habit because it's like constant dopamine, short form dopamine that's just rushing into your brain. But knowing that you're going to go to bed too late, You're going to wake up tomorrow morning feeling very crappy because you didn't go to bed properly. Your brain is too active now. The discipline is going to be, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to give myself a rule and I'm going to stick to it. That's discipline. And that's where the dopamine, you have to fight against dopamine. Dopamine is a good thing.
Yeah.
But everything that you do has to be marginalized. Everything, you have to have a midpoint for everything. If you're getting too much of one thing, it becomes a bad thing. If you're eating too much, it's a bad thing, even though you're getting a nice little dopamine hit of it. You chasing dopamine and only getting dopamine, you're going to become dependent on dopamine. And what are you going to do when you don't have dopamine? How are you going to be as a person if you're not getting your dopamine hit? Impatient. You're going to want to search for that dopamine hit. And the moment you don't get it, you're going to be like, this is not for me. So, and Alex has said this just now, become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Learn to crave that comfort, or learning not to crave that comfort.
Yeah.
That's the difference between
comfort addiction
and being chasing dopamine, which is pretty much the big thing that we have, the big talking point of today in today's discussion. So how do you differentiate between real discipline and chasing dopamine? They're not the same.
Well, like it went straight into it. Like, we didn't even need to go into the topic. Like, you guys just went straight in with this relevant topic. Like, you guys obviously wanted to talk about this, and that's pretty cool, man. Like, it just flowed straight into the relevant topic of today's conversation, which is cool.
Yeah, the chasing dopamine is a slippery slope, man. That's why I made today's thumbnail the dopamine trap of trading, or in trading. Yeah. You think that you are following your plan by chasing that next hit, by chasing that next trade. You think you're following your plan, but what you're doing is you're creating a monster. You're creating not a good monster either. You're creating bad habits by chasing that next trade. Because what's going to happen? Let's say you're on a dopamine high. You have 5 wins in a row. Great wins. What's going to happen to you when you have 1 loss? Probably nothing. But now, instead of having 1 loss, now you've got 2. You have the 3rd one. You have 5. And you just keep losing. The mental impact of continuously losing, because this is the opposite of dopamine. You're becoming depressed because you're losing trades. Because you're putting all of your emphasis on winning the trade, getting that dopamine hit, feeling great after a trade. It's going to become more and more difficult for you to actually deal with losses in trading, which is a natural part of trading. So don't ever fall into the trap of saying, oh, I feel great because I won a trade. Yes, you should feel good, but you should feel good about losses as well. They should be equal to you, meaning you shouldn't put as much emphasis on a singular win and as much positive emphasis on a singular win and as much negative emphasis on a loss. They should mean the same to you. Why? Because you should be process orientated and not P&L orientated. The outcome should be whatever outcome you get from the process that you put in. That's why I'm saying chasing dopamine is a slippery slope, because there's after effects from just trying to always enjoy, always just having fun and oh yes, the next best thing. Where it's like become comfortable being uncomfortable. It's not comfortable to not have dopamine.
100%.
But be comfortable to be in that area.
It's like with dieting, sugar addictions. My brother completely cut sugar out for a couple of months, and he said it's like the first couple of days, maybe like the first week or two, was he's having withdrawals, man. He's getting headaches, he was getting groggy, he was feeling shitty, like he was feeling proper crap. And then next minute, just so much healthier. He felt happier, he felt healthier, he felt like he had less brain fog. He wasn't eating junk food. He didn't even care for junk food. And yeah, man, it's super interesting. And the same goes when it comes to exercise. They say you're never as big as your pump in the gym. So it's like chasing that, always Yeah, like when you're pumped up, and like when you're, let's say you've just finished a bicep workout, you're never as big as your biceps are after a bicep workout. So yeah, in everyday life, you're walking around the streets, so you're walking around your house. You'll never be your arms will never be as big as when you just finished doing, 12 reps of 20 kg curls. So you'll always chase that pump, and that pump is that dopamine. You'll never feel as good putting your phone down and being bored as you do when you pick up TikTok and start rinsing through it. So just acknowledge that you're never gonna achieve true happiness when happiness is always at the end of a stick. Like that. Is it the donkey and carrot effect? When you're putting a carrot in front of a donkey and it never catches the carrot. It's just the same thing. Social media, phones, technology. It's all the exact same thing. It's all chasing the carrot. You're all trying to chase something that isn't ever going to exist. So the fact that you're chasing it is like you're chasing the wrong thing. You're the wrong dopamine. Whereas when you start looking at other dopamine effects, like gratitude in life, gratitude in achieving goals, gratitude in, maybe finishing a book, that is a real dopamine. That's a real life dopamine. That's something you can bring into the physical realm. And that's something you got to remember is true. That you can chase and it will come true, and you will get that dopamine. So start understanding that yes, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, but whilst you're uncomfortable, remember what you're chasing. And we're all chasing dopamine, and we're all chasing that sort of that hit. But when we do chase it, make sure you're chasing the right hit. Make sure it's a gym pump that you're chasing. Make sure it's endorphins released at the end of a run. I know that Richard Butler's been running a lot recently. Rich, how do you feel at the end of your run? Maybe not instantly, because you probably feel like absolute garbage. But how does your mentality, how does your psychology feel when you just complete a run and hit a PB?
I think my internet is freaking out at the moment. You were so robotic. I caught everything that you said, but you're frozen on my screen, and everything is frozen on my side. So I think my internet is freaking out.
Oh, fair. Never mind.
I'll
answer
you properly.
Yeah, you're all good, man.
Okay, everything's unfrozen.
Okay, sweet. I was gonna say, yeah, no, mate, you're all good this side.
All right, cool.
I was gonna answer my question on behalf of you, but you can answer it now.
You were asking about me. How do I feel after taking a run, even though it's difficult and it's a bit of a struggle?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like, even though you probably feel like garbage afterwards, you're probably like, oh, I feel like absolute crap. How do you feel after knowing that you've just done exercise, you've just improved your health, you've just done something good, you've just been outdoors and potentially even smashed a PB? How does that? What's the endorphins like? How does that make you feel as a person?
So the interesting thing is, in the beginning, when I started running, there wasn't really much. It was just discomfort. It's like, but I had decided that I wanted to do something to improve my cardio. So the first week that we went and did the run, the park run and whatnot, I felt like shit. Like, I'm going to tell you. Like,
yes.
My lungs were not happy. My legs weren't happy. I was just, like, my body was like screaming, don't go and do this again.
Mm-hmm.
But I had decided I'm going to do this, and I know that it's going to take me 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of complete discomfort every single day, but that will subside eventually, because it's the same with any exercise. You're going to have discomfort. Your muscles are like, what the hell did you just do, mate? And then the more you do it, eventually it'll be like, okay, cool. We were overreacting in the beginning. We feel better now. And that was the mindset that I had, was like, it will get better. And then eventually it got to the point where halfway through the run, I would get this dopamine high, where it's just like, dude, I can run forever. I'm getting my second wind. I feel great.
I do. I get excited when people, like, in the wilds, we'll know how we feel on this. That run is high, man. I get it about mile 3.
Yeah, I only recently started getting that.
Yeah,
like,
well, you will, because you're only, you're new in your journey.
Yeah, I mean, my brother, my dad, and myself, we've been doing this now for 10 weeks in a row.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it was only now the last 2 weeks. So basically 2 months in. Now, at the end of 2 months, now halfway through the jog, I start feeling like, yeah, this is.
Yeah,
I
man, I love
feel
that
pretty.
feeling.
I'm tired as all heck, but I feel good. I'm not getting more tired. I've like plateaued. I've reached a point where it's like, okay, I can carry on at this pace for another 5 kilometers, another 10
Yeah.
kilometers. I feel great. So that's where it is now. And it feels good. It really does feel good. But I don't feel like I'm chasing that dopamine. What I feel addicted to now is just doing it every week. I just want to go and have my jog again on Saturday. It's something that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Even though I know the first 2.5 kilometers, I'm going to feel like shit.
Yeah, mate, literally that. And but what you know is like what Alex said is get comfortable being In fact, why isn't Alex running? Alex, get your running trainers on, girl, and go out with him.
Well, she does. I think I've told you this before. She does
Yeah, no,
something
that's
called
fair. Actually, I
fitness
forgot.
and,
She's a super
and
fit
hammock
person anyway,
classes
isn't
and
she?
stuff like that on Saturdays, exactly the same time that I go
Yeah,
jog.
that's fair. I forgot that she's a really fit person anyway. Never mind. Alex, sorry. You keep doing your Pilates and yoga and stuff.
Yeah. It's definitely that thing. It's still the idea that it's hard work and it's uncomfortable, but the outcome of it is beneficial, even though
Yeah.
the whole process sucks the whole time.
Yeah,
Only
of course.
now that I get to the point where I have like semblances of like, wow, this is nice. I really enjoy this now. So you just need to get over that little hurdle of discomfort, and then you will become comfortable being uncomfortable. Like every time I go and run now, I'm still uncomfortable, mate. Like, who enjoys being in pain? Who enjoys being tired? Nobody does.
Pretty sure Ewan does. I'm pretty sure. I'm
No, but
90% sure Ewan absolutely loves it. Like he gets
I'm
off to
pretty
the
sure
idea.
Ewan is not your brother. I'm pretty sure that Ewan is an alien. He's from a
No,
different planet.
100%. 100%. You know, like you know, between couples you have sensual talk.
Mhm.
Like you and I swear, his version of that would just be bicep curls. Like Ewan's got weight. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is Ewan's got weights in his bedroom, and he doesn't like. He goes to the gym outside of the house. Like he goes to an actual gym. What's he need weights in the bedroom for, man? What's he?
Yeah.
Like what's he like? What's he like? Shoulder pressing in bed? Like what's going on?
Like,
yeah.
his dopamine hit before he goes to bed is not to rub one out, but to
It's to lift one out. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Ewan is one of those freak people who actually enjoy being uncomfortable. Yeah, Ewan has actually achieved what Alex has recommended. It's get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Ewan is uncomfortable with being comfortable.
Yeah. Pepperoni, you may think your only choices are to swallow your anger or throw it in someone's face, but there's a third option. You can just let it go. And only when you do that and it's really gone, you can move forward. Yeah.
It's hard,
that's something
man.
like
It's
that.
hard. Like Pepperoni, like you say it and it's easy to text it and it's easy to read it. But dude, like, have you ever tried letting shit go? Like,
Hard,
mate, I had something massive in my life involving me and my brother this was like 4 or 5 years ago now. But dude, it wouldn't have been. It would have been like 3 years ago. But I'll tell you what, man. Like letting that go, woof. That was probably the single hardest thing I've ever had to do on planet Earth. And dude, it's hard. But the peace that came into your life after letting something go, especially something that you get so emotionally compromised and so emotionally caught up in, trying to let it go can be hard. But the minute you let it go, like losing a funded account, for example, losing a funded account can be hard. The minute you just let it go, there's a literal weight lifted off your shoulders.
I think or I find a big part of patience is prolonging gratification in other areas of life. Everything in life nowadays is based on instant gratification, while almost becoming an expectancy in your brain.
Yeah.
And then there's the follow-up, becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable, learning not to crave that comfort.
Yeah, well, there's whole marketing strategies around it, man. You know, like there's marketing strategies based around instant dopamine hits and, you know, triggering that dopamine. Alex Butler, well said, Alex. Wise words from Pooley.
Annie said, Pepperoni, I made a habit tracker and I ticked the boxes before sleep. Began with small habits, intensifying with time, like initially wake before 6 a.m. Now just wake, but also shower before 6 a.m., etc. The patience or practice box breathing when mind seems flooded. It helps. So this thing, the habit tracker, in of itself is also a dopamine hit. Yeah. Whenever you take something off in your brain, you're like, "Ooh, I've achieved something," and then you get this flood of like dopamine. So it is something that it's differentiating between what is a habit and what is a dopamine chase.
But you can chase positive dopamines, and that's what I mean. Like going out running, you know, once you finish a run, dopamine hit, endorphins get released. You feel amazing. No different to how it is when Pepperoni completes one of his tasks. Dopamine hit for congratulating himself on doing something and achieving something. But the only difference is you're getting a positive dopamine hit. It's getting you're taking something from your brain, from an imaginary world, and taking it into the realm of reality. You know, you're bringing something and making it real by achieving it. Going out for a run, going to the gym, feeling that you've achieved something in the day, getting up before you usually would. You know, so instead of going and getting up at like 8 a.m., 9, 10 a.m., being lazy, scoffing some breakfast and going out and about your day, get up, shower, boom, dopamine hit. Do you know why? You've done something that's difficult and you've said well done, like you've emotionally said well done to yourself for doing it. You've taken something that didn't exist, you've made it real, and you've given yourself a dopamine hit around it. You know, you've congratulated yourself. Doom scrolling on social media, however, you're constantly chasing something that's never going to be active.
Yeah. There's a really good question here. Do you think most traders fail not because of lack of strategy, but because their behaviors keep repeating the same dopamine-driven patterns, like needing market action to feel alive? Mm-hmm. I actually think that it's a combination. People are just not patient enough. People are impatient. They want what they want, and they want it right now.
Yeah, literally.
Some people are unwilling to put in the time and the effort that is required in order to actually learn how to be patient, to learn how to take things in stride, understanding that I might not win today, but I might win in a few weeks' time, that kind of like thing. There's a good like hypothetical question, and it's a gambling related question. Would you take $1 million right now, or would you, on a 100% chance of taking $1 million, or not $1 million, $100,000 right now, or would you take a 50-50 chance on taking $10 million? So that is an equity-based question. So the idea is that most people would take the $100,000 right now because it's instantaneous. But on an equity level, $10 million, a flip at $10 million is a $5 million flip, effectively. So it's not a $5, but you understand the point. Like, it's like,
yeah,
50% of the time I will win $10 million, and 50% of the time I will not make that money at all. So it is half of the time times 10 million, which is 5 million, and you subtract from that minus 10 million times 0, which is 0, so it's 5 million. So it's a $5 million flip, technically. So it's getting to that point where if I want something right now, I can get it right now. But in the long run, there might be something better for me on the other side if I'm just willing to be a little bit patient. So I think it's a combination. It's a combination of people being, not unnaturally, but like consistently impatient. So you don't want to put in the time, you don't want to put in the effort to test something. You want instant gratification. Then on top of that, it's the idea that you have a strategy, but it's not a well thought out strategy, or it's a strategy that is not in line with your personality. You're trying to force something. So it's a combination for me of things. But yes, repeating patterns because dopamine hit. But it's also the idea of like people are stuck in a box and you're unwilling to step outside of that box.
Some people
to try
don't even
and
know they're in that box.
do things a little bit differently, you know?
Yeah, that's the worst thing. Some people don't even know they're in that box.
Yeah, you're so narrow viewed. Like, I wouldn't call it narrow minded, but like your view is so focused on this one thing that you're missing all of the information around that point.
Yeah, literally.
In the Wild saying TP on gold. Great mate, didn't even know you were in a trade, but
Yeah, nice, man. I just saw in the Discord. Awesome trade. Really awesome trade. I'm
right.
currently in GU at the moment. I'm in a GU buy. We were up about $750, but now we're down $520. And it's a big bearish engulfing as well. But it's bouncing between two zones. So we'll see.
At this point in time, it's ranging quite a bit on GU.
MGN. Well, the BDSM community does exist.
That is true.
I mean, that is true. What is that?
What is BDSM?
BSTM? BDL. Never heard of it, mate. Never.
I was laughing because it sounded funny when you said
Yeah,
BDSM.
I like the sound of the word.
Anything. I wasn't laughing because I know
Apex
exactly
Brotherhood
what that is.
Alex, be right back. I need a snack. What? No, you don't. Your snack is right here. There is your snack. And I haven't seen it.
You can go back to your office, yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Oh man, Cece says that to me all the time. She says to me, she's like, no one would know if I was under your desk right now, would they? I was like, well, I mean, probably not, no. But it depends if I got a standing desk or a sitting desk. If you've got a sitting desk, then I mean, probably. But when the desk is standing, then I was like, I mean, no, that's true. No one would ever know. For all you know. I've had some.
Maybe that's why you're feeling better right now, is because CC under table.
Feel a lot better now, babe. You can have a coffee, please.
In the wilds, I trial run, nothing like it. Runner's high while on a mountain range, cavern, or along the beach. It brings you back to your animalistic self. Yeah, man. It just tickles that lizard brain, man.
Yeah, literally. I've never trail run. I know a few people that do, and being in Wales, like we should really be more trail runners. We've got such stunning locations. I have trail run once actually. A mate of mine he's a big runner, and he used to go over like sand dunes, hills. We ran along a cliff over like dunes, and then we went down into the beach, and then through woods and all, and then back out onto the road. So that was really nice. That was really cool. But dude, I just running, man. I'm a big road runner. I don't know why. I used to field run back in like tetrathlons, which is an equine event that I used to take part in. I actually represented Wales doing it. And that was through fields, so that's kind of trail running, I suppose. But I used to hate it, like, because we used to run through fields and like cross country courses that you'd go on the horses, and just every now and then your foot would go down like a hoof print, and you'd twist your ankle or something. So that put me off trail running a little bit, but I can see why. That's such a good feeling, man. But just give me a road, especially in the sun, man. Like sun running I know, like, you got to make sure you're hydrated and wearing a hat and all that good stuff. But when you're running, like me and my brother was running in the summer, and like I said, you know, running along the beach, running up through the woods and all on the road, on the country lanes, dude, they're just never a better feeling. You know, when the sun is on you, it's warm, just amazing. And when, like, mile 3, if we were doing like a 10K, mile 3, you hit that runner's high and you could just feel like Forrest Gump. You feel like you could just run forever.
Infinity, how can we consciously break that behavioral loop? 2 things, mate. First and foremost, realize that you're in a loop. Understand. Acknowledge it. And be ready to challenge it. That's the first thing. So let's say, hypothetical sake, write down what you do in a day. If it is I wake up, I immediately pick up my phone, I immediately go onto TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Write down what it is that you do in a day. Write down every action. It doesn't have to be every minute of the day, but just write down the stuff. You don't have to write, okay, I went to the toilet at 10 a.m. in the morning. No, you don't.
You don't have to be that in-depth with your journaling.
I'm talking about non-bodily functional things that you write down. So
yeah, don't describe the consistency of your defecations.
Yeah, like you don't have to write down when you go to the bathroom. You don't have to write down when you eat initially. Just write down your decisions that you've made. I decided to pick up my phone to look at TikTok. I spent 30 minutes on TikTok. I spent another 40 minutes on Instagram, etc., etc. Write those things down. That's the first and foremost thing that you do. Do that for a week, and then you'll very quickly realize that you're in a loop. You do the exact same thing during the day, the exact same time. That's the first thing. Then here's the second thing. Challenge it. You know now that you have a pattern. You know now that you have a loop. You know now that you have certain habits. How do you break that behavioral loop, that habit? You challenge it. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up and you know that usually around this time when you wake up, the first thing that you do is you pick up your phone to go and look at TikTok or Instagram. Change that. Instead of picking up your phone, get out of bed and go and, I don't know, touch grass. Go and drink a glass of water. Leave your phone. Don't touch your phone. That's how you break it. You first need to realize and recognize that you have a loop. And then the second thing is to actively try and break that loop. Actively try and do it.
Yeah.
And it's only through action that you will break habits. Say you're going to do something and then do it. Simple as that. And then consistently
a lot of the time,
realize that you create a new loop. It's a different loop. It's a healthier loop.
Understand your responsibility as a person as well, and this doesn't just go for men. Like, okay, look, I know that I'm a man, so like I'll say, it's your responsibility as a man. It's also your responsibility as a woman. It's your responsibility as a person. But I'm gonna keep it relevant to me, so I'm gonna use man. But you know, if you're a female watching this, I'm a man. The exact same goes. You know, if you're a female, then the exact same goes. As what I'm about to describe, but because I'm a man, I'm going to use me as an example. So my responsibility as a man is to affirm what I'm doing, and it's to be respected in what I'm doing. So if I'm going to say I'm going to run a marathon, and I tell people about it, and I don't do it, well, what is my word worth? You know, what am I truly worth if I can't respect my word enough to do it? How do I expect other people to respect what I'm saying? How can I expect people to think, Will, when he says he's going to do something, he'll do it? How can I expect people to think, when Will says, trust me, this is right, how can I expect them to believe me when I say I'm going to do something and I don't confirm it, I don't affirm it, I don't make it happen? You know, when you're, as a man, again, me personally, as a man, I want to be able to think, people respect what comes out my mouth. Because when I say it, I confirm it by doing it. And that's why I say, guys, you know, I've preached enough about psychology. I've preached enough about being emotionally compromised. I've preached enough about being disciplined. Guys, I not only preach it, I practice it. I have been disciplined in my trading. You've watched me go from 7% down to 2% down. You know, you've watched me claw all that back. You've watched me go live funding past phase 1, past phase 2, and into live funded accounts all on stream. Now, today, you are watching me being slightly emotionally compromised, and I've stepped away from my live account. I've jumped onto a demo account. You've watched me practice what I preach. Every time I say to CC, do this. Trust me. This works. You need to trust me on this. I'm saying it for a reason. And she'd be slightly stressed. She'd be like, I don't know. She'll listen to me because she respects me, and it works for her. You know, if I say to my Dad, I'm going to do this today, and I don't do it, and he comes down to me and he says, William, you didn't do that. Why not? I feel awful as a person, because it's my duty as a man and as a person to make sure my word is respected. Same goes when you self-talk. You know, guys, how can you expect to truly break something when you don't confirm it? You know, make it real, make it happen, tell yourself what you're going to do, and tell someone else about it. Have an accountability, and that's the luxury about having an accountability buddy. Tell someone else about it. And if that's your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your next door neighbor, your cat, your dog, your nephew, whoever. Yeah, I didn't do it as fast this time. I thought, you know.
No, but you tried, and it was good.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick teaser. Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. Find an accountability, even if it's guys in the Brotherhood, especially the guys in the Brotherhood, because they're all doing the same. Get an accountability buddy and say, I am going to do this today, or I'm going to achieve this by this time. And guys, do it, because if you don't do it, there is a group of people in the background watching you saying, I knew he wouldn't do it. How can we trust him now? How can we believe anything that comes out of this person's mouth now? Because he's full of shit. Instead, be the person that they say, wow. Dude, like when he says something's going to happen, it's going to happen. When he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. When he says he wants to achieve something, by God, he's going to put it in his best wishes to and his best practices to achieve that. Even if he doesn't achieve it right away, even if he doesn't achieve it by his end goal, he is going to achieve it in the best way possible, and because he's going to put in the right practices to do it. That's how you break a curse. That's how you break that negative spiral, that downward spiral, that negative momentum. That is how you break something that you thought was unbreakable, and you change into the better form of yourself. Now,
level up.
That being said,
Super Saiyan, mate.
Super Send, full send, full margin on your life, mate. That being said, it's not easy.
No.
It is not easy. It's one of the hardest things you will ever do as a person, is improving yourself. It is super easy for me to come here and tell you what to do. It's super easy for me to go off and tell someone to journal. It is super difficult to do it myself, because it is my own emotional compromisation. It's my own emotional state. It's my own psychology. It's my own discipline. It's always harder to improve yourself than it is to improve others. So guys, it all sounds sexy. It all sounds good. But it is very worth it. But first things first, you must acknowledge that it's not going to be an easy path. And that is why it's so important to get an accountability buddy. And that is what Rich has got. Rich has got an accountability buddy in the Discord. You know, we're all in the Brotherhood. Cal, 50 Cal, he has got accountability buddies in the Discord. I have got accountability buddies in the Discord. Ewan has. Pooley is a troll. I was going to say Pooley has one. But Pooley, I don't actually know if you have an accountability, but what? I think the only thing, exactly. So there you go. The only thing we hold Pooley accountable for is that he trolls. If he doesn't troll, then something's wrong. We've got to make sure we hold him accountable.
He is chairman. He is chairman.
He is chairman. Yeah, he is chairman. But guys, you know, so, yeah, all jokes aside, find an accountability buddy. Work out a plan. Work out what you want. Understand what does it take to get to that achievement. And then find someone who's going to help push you. Not someone who's going to slag you off for it. Not someone who's going to negatively impact you every single day. Have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done that? Nothing like that. More for someone who's you can go up to and say, dude, I messed up, man. I didn't follow my plan today. I feel shit. Like, what do I do? He's going to make you feel crap about it. You're going to say, dude, what are you doing? Sort your act out. A bit of tough love. He's going to make you feel a bit crap. But then he'll switch, or they'll switch and say, having said that, look, don't worry about it. It's fine. Learn from it. You felt a bit crap now. Good. We've given you a negative emotion. It's like that negative reinforcement to breaking a rule. You want to make yourself feel a bit crap after breaking a rule because you don't want to feel crap. No one wants to feel crap. So if you do something you shouldn't do and you feel crap about it, feel crap for a couple of minutes, then move on from it, forget about it, and say, okay, now make myself feel good about how that I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again. That, guys, is the best actionable step to breaking a rule or to breaking a habit.
No, I couldn't agree with that more, mate. It is important, but it's difficult, but it's also easy to break it. Mm-hmm. It's harder for you to build it than it is for you to break it. It's very easy to break something because it just takes one moment to break it. That's why every day has to be an attempt. Don't give up, don't give in, just carry on doing the good habits and try and create good habits and make good decisions, and realize only you can do it. Only you can be the person that makes that decision, that takes that action. You can have supporters and you can have a foundation upon which you can work, like friends, family, people that encourage you. But realize that at the end of the day, there's only one person that's the master of themselves, and it's you. So your decisions is your responsibility. Take ownership of it. Don't say, "Oh, I've screwed up. I'm a weakling." Blah 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 blah. No, talk to yourself like your best friend would talk to you, as if your best friend was someone that had your best interests at heart.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Be your own best, or your own best cheerleader. Basically, cheer yourself on, but be realistic. Understand that you cannot do everything. You cannot be a master of everything. So understand that it might take you a little bit more time. It's going to be difficult, but you'll get through it, and you're not alone. That's
and they do also say, jack of all trades and a master of none is sometimes more often better than a master of one. So, that being said, guys, you don't have to master everything, and you don't have to master one thing. As long as you're just constantly improving in every little part of your life, 10 years from now, you will be a completely different person. 1 year from now, 1 month from now, you could potentially be a completely different person. But guys, we have run over on time. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like what we talk about here, it's all things trading, all things psychology, all things mentality. We're the Apex Brotherhood, guys. The Discord link is in the description below. We're here to help make sure people improve and become the best versions of themselves financially, health, and fitness as well. So guys, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like it, and make sure you share the video with absolutely everyone you know. I'm talking your mothers, your brothers, sisters, your uncles, your extra neighbors, your cat, your dog, your nephew, whoever wants to watch the stream. Make sure you get them in, and I shall leave you in the very capable hands of Richie B to finish up.
I have absolutely nothing extra to add to that. That was really great, Will. Really appreciate the banter. I really appreciate the honesty, and I really appreciate the fact that even though you're not feeling your best, you rocked up and you gave absolute golden nuggets to everybody in class, in session. Guys, we're going to be heading over to the Fiverr stream in a few hours. For those of you who would like to join us there, everybody else, have a great day. Just follow your plan and just take it day by day. Just remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. If you want to do something great, you need to approach it with an open mind and want to consistently attempt to build it. Every day is an opportunity. Take that opportunity. Try and make the best of it. And if it's not a great day, it's okay. You have tomorrow. All right, guys. With that, exactly like Dave is saying, hit that like button. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending the time with us. We'll see you all tomorrow for the Friday wind down session. Yeah, we'll call it the wind down session tomorrow for a bit of fun, a little bit of banter, and a special guest. All right, guys.
Also, guys, don't forget, tomorrow night in the Discord, poker night.
Yeah, that too. Cheers.